What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video where our boy Phil goes through a day of struggling for support. That's right, he needed to put on the extra bag because, of course, most of his supporters were MIA, and when I mean supporters, I'm talking about IronChefSakai. That's right, IronChefSakai was too busy over chilling at the latest DSP detractor, Strangely Lexi's kick streams, where our boy Iron Chef was having a good time at Phil's expense. That's right. And not only Iron Chef Sakai, but it seemed like all of the kick chat, DSP's kick chat was there. Other detractors, DSP detractors. It was a fun time. Even Doody made it over there. That's right. Doody spent the night feeding our girl Lex some DSP lore. And just to let you know, there might be more coming of that. Now, Doody put together a highlight video. It's going to play and make another video after this one, so make sure you check that out. Anyway, let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Hey everyone, Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 25th of February, 2025. Yet another great streaming day, although this one was completely different from the last couple, being a fully and solely multiplayer-focused day. Let's talk about that, and did we hit the goals so we could do Lego night? Let's talk about it. So, first, we opened up today with a fun podcast that entailed me talking about some good news stories, including, sadly, Monolith Productions being shut down by WB Games, which means no more Wonder Woman game. We also talked about Bloober Team having a future collaboration with Konami, which is good news. And we talked about a few other things, some updates to the schedule, etc. So overall, a really solid podcast. And I've made a couple of highlights, including that Monolith story, but also me unboxing the box of WWE trading cards that showed up today live during the stream. So a couple interesting highlights will go live on the channel overnight. Check them out if you haven't seen the podcast already. Then on the first stream of gameplay, it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm going to be honest, it actually was one of the most fun collabs they've ever done because obviously I grew up with the Ninja Turtles. And so running around, singing the Ninja Turtles theme songs, beating people up as you transmute into these Ninja Turtles and beat people up with the ninja weapons was actually very fun. You can get those weapons, but sadly, you have to grind a lot. Hair in my mouth. You have to grind a lot to get them. So I played an entire 2.5-hour stream, and I only got a third of the way to unlocking the nunchucks. That means I got to play this 2 more times at least to get those nunchucks by the time that the event ends. But had a ton of fun. Everyone was laughing their butts off. Good stuff. I was using the drill. I was using all kinds of weapons. I actually kept switching my weapons up. And it was a great time. So if you want to see Ninja Turtles running around fighting each other in Call of Duty with zany action and seeing me kick ass with kill streaks with the drill and stuff, definitely check out the gameplay from today. And we hit the goal, which means, yes, we were at 29 out of 30 goals, this close to doing Build with Phil Lego Night. So, what happened on the late stream?
All right, well, I want to pause it there because this is something extremely interesting, and it's something I picked up on yesterday, where, of course, I mentioned on earlier in the intro, in the Gintro, I mentioned that Iron Chef Sakai was MIA for the day. So whenever Iron Chef Sakai isn't there, you know, Phil's gonna miss out on at least a minimum of $50, potentially $100. So he's the one that gets Phil over the hump, and then of course you get the other little dolphins that throw in $1 or $2, and he manages to hit the dent streak goal, right? Yesterday, apparently Iron Chef Sakai isn't there because, like I mentioned, he's busy with a new streamer by the name of Strangely Lex, and the man is fixated with her. He was in our chat for almost 5 hours last night. He dropped, I want to say he dropped close to 300 subs on her, plus super chats. It was some strange stuff. I just got to say that. But of course, Doody was in the chat trying to egg on Iron Chef Sakai because, you know, I'd rather him spend all his money on Lex than DSP. Personally, I think it's a better investment, even though I think wasting that kind of money is crazy. But if you're going to do it, you might as well spend it on, you know, someone else other than Phil. But I digress. But the interesting part that I wanted to mention was that you notice that whenever Iron Chef Sakai's MIA, some other random person comes in and picks up the slack. And I'll give you an example. Last night, Darkside Pimp, whatever he goes by, Mr. Lex or Dr. Lex or whatever, while Iron Chef Sakai was out and gone, he was the one that picked up the slack. He dropped maybe about $30 in support. And then, of course, Darren, aka OIC, came in and dropped like another $30 in super chat. And it went all the way to the end And some, of course, anonymous Dent came in and dropped a $23 tip. Exactly $23. You got to love those anonymous tips. I just find it strange. And I know that there's been talk before that there's some coordination that occurs between Phil supporters. They do. Like, they talk amongst each other. They text Phil and let Phil know, hey, I'm not going to be able to come on the show. How many people have text or message Phil either on Discord or email and specifically said, I'm not going to be on the stream today? Kind of like, hint, hint. You might have to call up on Darkside Pimp, or you might have to call OIC and his 50 different sock accounts to pick up the stream because I can't do it. I just find it so interesting. And of course, Phil will say, well, that's nonsense. No. There's no coordination. I don't talk to anyone. I don't, even Phil would say, I don't even have a Discord. You know the nonsense. And of course, when we get leaks like the other day where we clearly see that Phil talks to Slayer, he talks to Darziak, I'm pretty sure that one of those names in there was a IronChefSakai sock. I'm pretty certain that's the case. He might have Phil's number. And they actually talk via text. It's that intimate between those two. So it's just an observation. It's just a factual observation that I want to highlight. Doody has no, 100%. Then I guess I can't say it's a factual observation. I guess I could just say it's an observation. So that should be interesting. So let's keep an eye on it, especially now that it looks like IronChefSakai might be gone. And I spoke with him a little bit, and he's open to have a conversation with your boy Doody. And it looks like he might be, he might be turning into a new. He might have found a new muse, and that attention and money, aka money, will more than likely be diverted away from Phil to this Lexi chick. So stay tuned. More to hear on that. Let's keep going.
Well, the late stream was also multiplayer. It was Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. And it's Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, to be specific. And I was suggested by, actually it was Big Papa Phil, I'll give credit where credit is due. He said, instead of just searching for Marvel 2, why don't you set it up to search for everything from Marvel 1, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and Marvel 2? And you're likely just going to play Marvel 2, but if you happen to find other people, maybe you'll get some variety. And I said, that's a good idea. So we set it up for ranked play, cross-play with those games. And to be honest, I had a much better time than I expected. First of all, I did fight someone who was good in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, and I did fight someone who was good in X-Men vs. Street Fighter. So we did actually get gameplay variety. But for the most part, yes, it was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all night long. And I had a great time playing various different people. Admittedly, only one person was really annoying. Literally, the only time they could hit you was by triangle dashing, which is completely unblockable with this game online. So every time they triangle dash, they just get a free combo and win the whole game. And it was like, so if you know that, why keep doing it? You're a fucking pussy. Like, you're literally cheating. It's the cheat code to win in the Marvel collection. The netcode can't handle triangle dashes. It actually teleports the character into you, and you can't even see them hitting you. They're already in a combo. So that one guy annoyed me. But outside of that, I had great matches. Lots of wins. Close sets against good players. The last set was against a guy called Vigga, V-I-G-G-A. And apparently people were saying he's actually from Washington State, where I live. We had great matches against each other, and he was a great player. I had a ton of fun. So overall, it was great. People were really seeing me enjoy myself, and it was coming through. And we hit the goal, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely official. Tomorrow, it's time for Lego night. Let's talk about that. So,
okay, so this actually just it reminded me, and I should have mentioned it earlier in my last rant regarding the coordination of support. So the interesting thing here with the coordination of support, of course, is, like I said, it almost seems like it's all coordinated, right? Guess who came by yesterday? Guess who came by? Right, out of the blue, someone who doesn't tip normally or drops a super chat or anything, right? Well, usually tips. Jack Rackster. Jack Rackster comes out almost every week and drops $25 on Street Fighter or whatever fighting game is occurring. That is a staple. He does it every week, right? Well, Phil's going to be off on Friday. He's not going to be streaming this Friday, right? Whenever that's occurred, Jack Rackster just doesn't tip. He doesn't give money. If Phil's not playing a Street Fighter game or playing some type of fighting game and it's Friday night, Jack Rackster doesn't tip. It just doesn't happen. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because IronChefSakai wasn't on stream on yesterday, right? All of a sudden, Jack Rackster decides to come out and drop a $25 super chat, which is extremely strange because he never drops super chats. He always does a $25 tip. But all of a sudden he came out like almost in a rush, almost like he got a message from someone, Phil, where he needs all hands on deck because Iron Chef Sakai isn't there to prop up the stream, right? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a super chat just comes out, and it's a $25 dono. And in it is a message of, "Hey, I know you won't be here Friday, so I decided to tip early and to tip on this stream." Oh, it's not a tip, by the way, it's a super chat. You can't make this shit up. You really can't make this up. And then he sits here and wondered why do people think I coordinate tips? Why do people say that I get my support comes from 3 or 4 people? Like, this is why, Phil, it's shit like this. It's shit like this because you rarely, unless it's the marathon, you rarely get a stream where a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of different whales, like, your OIC, your Iron Chef Sakai, your Dark Side Pimp, Jack Rackster, like the people that come out and drop serious support, Lisa Lou, you never get them come out at the same time. They're always spread out. Like if it's the morning stream or the afternoon stream, early afternoon stream, one person comes out and props up the chat, props up the support, and then at night is someone else, or it's one person throughout the day, aka Iron Chef Sakai. It just, to me, it's just too coincidental. And when something is there's too much coincidence going on, there's typically something else. There's more there. What's the adage? Where there's smoke, there's fire. I think there's something going on here. And this, the whole Discord thing that happened the other day just adds to my theory that, yeah, that's what Phil does. Phil probably has a specific Discord location where he only has kind of his big whales, and they go out there and they coordinate with him. It could explain why he's constantly taking a break. Oh, my wife is home. Let me go see what she's doing. He's gone for 5 or 10 minutes and then comes back and goes, "Oh, it wasn't my wife. It was Jasper. Yeah, it was Jasper. I was talking to Jasper." Like it's just so weird. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna belabor that point anymore. It's just something to look at, because with Phil, there's always patterns. He has a tail. And there's always something. Like, he always ends up getting caught in his own lies, because of course he's a fucking liar. And what do liars typically do? They lie, and usually they fuck something up, like show your Discord and get snagged. So let's keep going.
Tomorrow during the podcast in the morning, on Wednesday morning, we're going to talk about what's the next reward at 40 goals hit. My suggestion is to alternate. Since we're doing a Lego night tomorrow, let's do DSP tries it for the next one. We already had some suggestions, such as either Panda Express or Wendy's try their new Thin Mint Shake, but then try a few other items off the menu. I'd be okay with either, unless someone has better suggestions. So let's see what people come up with tomorrow and go from there. But in addition, of course, we'll talk about any game news. We'll talk about today's results and the like. All right? Now, the day stream tomorrow is Lost Records concluding. And I know some of you are going to be like, what? That game? Listen, we've played 5+ hours of it. We're at the end. There's 2 hours left. Let's finish it tomorrow. Let's wrap it up, see if it's any good. I did buy it, and I want to see how it ends. I've actually heard these final couple hours are the best part. Like, now you start getting into the big mystery aspect of what happened in that summer that the girls can't remember, and it really is going to ramp up at the end now. So hopefully you'll come and chill with me and enjoy and support that stream. Please do. I know for a lot of you, you're going to be like, it sucks. Well, this is the last stream of it. Just treat it as a hangout session, right? It doesn't have to be all about what I'm playing, but more like just hanging out with each other and having a good time. So I hope you'll join me for that tomorrow's day stream. Tomorrow night is officially Build with Phil, or DSP Builds It, my first ever Lego Chill stream. What I'm going to do is this right here, okay? This setup here, I'm going to actually set this up so that we're going to be having a focus down on the table, okay? I'm actually going to remove the keyboard, the mouse, the pad, all of this stuff here that's blocking the shot. It's all going to be gone, and I'm going to have all the Legos right here, all right? So it's going to be fun because we're going to be building the Legos on this table with lighting, by the way. It'll look better. Like, for example, just to show you, with the lighting on, it looks much better. And what I'll actually do is I'll zoom in even further, so you'll get like this extreme close-up of me building the Legos on this table. But then we'll pan back to full screen so that we can actually go back and forth, and I can show you my progress, here, and then go back to the wide shot over here. And it's going to be considered a late night chill stream. That's the whole point, is to hang out and have a good time while we're doing it. To be honest, I'm probably going to have to use my reading glasses because I can't see things up close anymore because I'm getting older. My sight has declined. I can't, like, for example, I can see all the laptop, I can see the screen over there, but anything closer than that, like maybe like from here to here, I can't see. So in order to do these Legos, I'm gonna have to put on my old man reading glasses to do it right here. And it should be fun, like to build it here with the glasses on there. Like, now I can see everything here nicely. So it should be a good time. It's going to be an interesting experiment, to say the least. I hope that you'll join me for it tomorrow, and hopefully it turns out well. Now, here's the deal. If it goes well, let me actually get this back for tomorrow. If it goes well, all right, and everyone seems to like it, then we can actually do this from time to time as a DSP, as a reward, you know, for hitting goals. And I already told everyone that if we get good engagement and support on this Lego stream, I would be willing to invest more in these. So for example, right now, I just have a succulent plants Lego set that I bought in December because I thought, oh, that would be kind of nice to have a few of those and maybe put them in my background. It would be something nice to do, right? But if this goes well and people show up and hang out and engage and support and we're hitting goals on these streams or whatever, then I would be willing to invest further in it, spend more money, and get better Lego sets. Because if you're not aware, there's tons of great Lego sets out there, including...
All right, I'm gonna stop it here because it annoys me. It really does. It annoys me to no end that he has to monetize everything, every single thing. I mean, I've never met a person who actually monetizes rewards. Like it would be like doing a members only stream, right? Just for your members as a thank you for them being members, right? And expect them to drop $150 on you on top of their membership. Like the membership fee that they paid is your salary, Phil. And the same with this. The nearly more than $1,500 that these people gave you in the last 10 streams where you hit $150 or more. That's your payment, Phil. This is a reward. Like, it would be like, I don't know, it would be like you winning the lottery and then the state coming out and saying, well, here you go, you won $1 million, but you have to give us $1 million too. What's the point? Like, what exactly is the fucking point? Like, a reward is supposed to be something that people can enjoy. It's supposed to be for free. You're not supposed to be, you know, you're not supposed to be worried that you have to support and pay for this shit. The Legos, Phil, like this motherfucker just doesn't get me. Okay, Phil, you don't make $150 on one stream. You made more than $1,500 for this stream. If you have to spend another $40 on a fucking Lego stream, you're in what? $200? $1,500, and you had to put in $200. That's a net profit of $1,300, Phil. That's pretty fucking good. But this greedy motherfucker, God, he's just... I'm not gonna go around because this video will be 30 minutes long if I scream and yell at this asshole. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. The next one will be coming up soon, and we'll be delving more into Strangely Lex. Peace out.